Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A. Y'all ain't seen me for a few weeks, and that is because I took a little vacation. My birthday was June 29th, so a young G was out here celebrating her golden birthday, but I am back to talk to you guys about these astrological transits and how these energies will be affecting you and me and everybody else on a personal level. This is a part of the retrograde series. This is a video for the Jupiter retrograde. I have a playlist for all of the other planets that we have in retrograde and all the previous retrogrades for this year linked down below in the description box. And before I get into how this retrograde is going to affect us personally, I will drop a shameless plug. I am not running a retrograde sale anymore. However, I do still offer the retrograde reading. We have I think it's four planets in retrograde currently. So if you are interested in knowing what any of those planets have in store for you, you can book a reading with me. And just in the personalization box, you just let me know what planet it is that you want to have your retrograde reading for. Okay. All right, yeah, let's get into it. Jupiter is the third planet to hop into the retrograde party since Mercury stationed direct. Jupiter came in and took Mercury's place. Very quickly, for those of you guys that aren't really sure what a retrograde actually is, it's an optical illusion. It's when a planet appears to be moving backwards. However, that's not what's happening. It's the planet stops and it stations retrograde, which means that it's going to pass over points that it's already passed over in the sky. And then it's going to stop and station direct and pass over those points again, going in a forward motion. And that's what we consider the shadow period. And then once it passes all the points that it's already passed, then we consider ourselves out of the shadow period. So it's kind of like a Z motion if you need a physical representation. As far as energy is concerned, when we're dealing with retrogrades, I like to refer to it as a type of a reflect and correct energy. It's a period for us to stop and look at what has transpired, stop and look at the things that have gone down in regards with respect to the planet that we're talking about, and look at how are they working out how we want them to work out? Are things moving? Are they flowing? Could I make some corrections here? Reflect and correct is the energy of the retrograde period, okay? Or of the retrograde. This retrograde is in Jupiter. This is a Jupiter retrograde. This is a Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter is the planet that governs our growth, our expansion, philosophy. Jupiter is also associated with luck, okay? And also our spiritual and philosophical reflection and introspection as well. I mean, we also lend a little bit of that energy to Neptune too, but Jupiter does touch all of those aspects. This retrograde is an interesting one because it is in two signs, and this is not uncommon, but you know, it gives us on one end, it gives us a certain energy, on the other end, it gives us a completely different energy. So we're having this retrograde in the sign of Pisces, the fishies with the two fishies with the tails tied together, swimming in different directions, and also the sign of Aquarius, the water bearer. And we are dealing with a lot of Aquarian energy this year. If you guys remember, we had it's called I always want to say the grand conjunction because I mix up grand trines, but it's the great conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter at the end of 2020. So we're leaving Aquarius as far as Jupiter is concerned for a small little moment, and then we're going back into Jupiter being in Aquarius. So we'll be coming back into that great, I don't know why I keep wanting to say conjunction, that great conjunction energy. Okay, so keep that in mind. And also we have 2 Aquarius full moons during the summer as well, so lots of Aquarius energy happening here, which I'll get into that in a little bit. This retrograde started on Sunday, June 20th, Father's Day. For those of y'all that didn't tell nobody Happy Father's Day, tell your dads and the dads that you know Happy Father's Day. Okay, even if you had that life, tell the people that are good dads Happy Father's Day. Anyways, started on June 20th. This was a Sunday in 2 degrees of Pisces, and it's going to be ending on October 18th, which I think is a Wednesday. Just kidding. That's a Monday. October 18th and 22 degrees of Aquarius. It's hot as hell in here. That's because I had to turn off the AC because it makes a lot of noise, and I got this light shining down on me, and my window is closed because people are going wild at the park, but I'm hot. Too hot. Gotta run for shelter. Okay. Speaking a little bit to the energies of these signs, Pisces, as I mentioned, are the fishies. Pisces is a very intuitive, passionate, romantic, sensual, creative, spiritual energy. And Aquarius, as I mentioned, is the water bear. Aquarius is known for innovation, individuality, independence, and also they carry a very humanitarian an energy towards humanitarian efforts as well. On the shadow side, Pisces can be a little aloof, a little lost, a little naive on the shadow side. Aquarius can be quite detached, quite stubborn, excuse me, and contradictory and rebellious. If you know any Aquarians, if you've ever spoken to an Aquarius or somebody with a lot of Aquarius energy in them, they literally contradict themselves in conversation. It is the wildest thing to me, but the Aquarian people are very smart, but they also be like, what you just said. But anyways, okay. So we're starting off in Pisces. The retrograde Jupiter starting off in Pisces. The retrograde starts then. So the first point that I want to speak to in regards to this retrograde, remember we're talking about reflecting and correcting, is this energy of connection, okay? Pisces is water. Water is the element associated with spirituality and emotion and feelings and things of that sort. So we are going to be in this space where we're looking at, do we feel connected? And I mean that on a general level. Do you feel connected to the things that you feel like you should be connected to? Do you feel like you are enjoying your life? And speaking to that, sorry, I had like a, I don't know what that was. Speaking to that, because you have to get it together, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, we're reflecting and correcting here and looking at, okay, what's bringing me happiness? What's making me feel connected to these positive energies in the life that I'm supposed to be living? How do I expand upon that? You're going to be making these corrections over the course of this retrograde period. So you might find yourself making changes with regards to the people that you have around you, with regards to the things that you devote your time and your energy to, in regards to your career. It also just depends on where Jupiter is passing over your chart too, but understand that there are going to be some shifts made, and Jupiter is an outer planet, so a lot of these things are happening on a subconscious level. You might be making moves that don't make any sense to you with your logic mind. You might be like, I don't know why I don't want to hang out with that person anymore. But the reason being could be because that person does not give you a sense of connection. Doesn't make you feel fulfilled. They don't make you feel like you're living your best life with them. And therefore, you're reflecting and correcting, and you need to expand in a direction that does not include them. And that's an example. That doesn't just have to be for people. That's the first one that came up, y'all, okay? Jupiter retrograde will be moving out of Pisces and into Aquarius on July 28th. So once we get there, we're going to be looking at a couple of different energies as well. The first with this Aquarius energy is looking at alternative routes, alternative paths to your end goal, to your destination. Again, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Jupiter is the planet of growth. So whatever it is that you have your sight set on, that you have your mind, your heart set on, figure out what that is and look at how you've been approaching that goal. Look at the work that you've been putting in. Look at what you've been doing, and if your efforts are actually beneficial. Are they actually doing anything for you? Are they actually helping you move towards the space, or are you kind of just running in place with the energy that you're putting out there, just kind of running in circles, running in place, and not actually getting closer to where it is that you're going? Jupiter is coming in with this energy to help us say, okay, this is my end goal over here. This is the path that I'm on right now. End goal is here, path is here. I don't see how it's going to line up. What path can I take? Where can I expand? Where can I grow to get me to right here? What's an alternate route? Okay, So that energy is coming in with Jupiter retrograde as well. And the last piece that I have as far as like the main energies with this retrograde, especially because this is considered an outer planet, a social planet, a generational planet, there is definitely big energy surrounding humanitarian efforts. On a collective level, you guys, look, I put up a reading. Y'all go watch that COVID reading video if you want to, but I get the sense that we're going to be moving into a space to where, as a collective, we're going to have to learn and understand that in order for things to get better, in order for things to be desirable, that we all have to put in an effort, and we have to put in a collaborative effort. Okay, so energy geared towards making things better for humankind, and it might just be the smallest steps, but it's happening. It's a slow moving planet. Okay, and then on an individual level, looking at your community, reflecting and correcting in regards to your community. What type of energies do you have surrounding you? What type of people are you around? What's your friend group like? What's your relationship like? What's your family like? What type of job are you working, or where are you putting your energy? How are you making your money? What are you surrounded by on the regular? And does this serve you or does it not? Is it a benefit or is it a detriment? And those points are going to be coming in as we go through this retrograde period. And remember, this is lasting until October. So over the course of these like 5-6 months, what are we? It's June. Yeah, 6 months. You might find yourself moving away from certain things that you look up and you be like, whoa, when did I stop? Why did I stop? Well, how did I end up here? Doesn't matter. It's because you needed to stop, and this is where you need to be. Okay, so just understand that the things transpiring with regards to Jupiter energy are happening for a reason, and they're happening to help you progress, and they're happening to help you grow and expand. And remember, Jupiter brings positive energy as well. I want to speak a little bit to the aspects that are happening with this retrograde. We've got both the sun and the moon trine Jupiter at a certain point here when it goes into retrograde, I believe. And that trine energy with those planets concerned. It's bringing in this energy of literal enjoyment of life. Okay. We came from a crazy year. The first half of this year was still crazy. And while, we kind of got to go outside a little bit, people are still picking up the pieces. People are still feeling very weighed down, still feeling very behind. Jupiter retrograde, and remember, this is what's happening over the course of the retrograde period, so that when the planet stations direct, we can come into these energies. It's going to be bringing us, and this trine energy is going to be bringing us into this space of, really looking at and really being in a position to actually enjoy life again and not be so worried about tomorrow or what's going to happen or how we're going to pay our bills or how we're going to do X, Y, and Z, or do we have a job here? Do we have a job there? Okay, so happiness, enjoyment, luck coming in. Okay, and there's a gnat in my house. I hate gnats. I hate bugs. Threw me off, y'all. Also wanted to speak to, and I said this briefly, but these corrections that you make that are assisted by this trine energy, once Jupiter stations direct, you're definitely going to be in a space to where you feel abundance coming in as a result of the changes that you've made. Okay, we're also dealing with a grand water trine at some point, and that means we've got Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, and I think it's the moon in Cancer. Scorpio is in what? Scorpio would be in the moon. Yeah, the sun is in Cancer, moon Scorpio, Jupiter Pisces. Okay, so we're dealing with the grand water trine energy there. And anytime we have a grand trine, depending on what element it's in, it gives us a very positive, it's almost like a leg up with regards to that energy. So with a grand water trine, there is this energy of general well-being and just flow. Like things will just be flowing as they need to and playing out as they need to. And also, because water is the energy associated with passion and Jupiter is the planet of growth, reflect and correct, I would not be surprised if figuring out how to get back to or how to work on your passion projects or how to build upon your passion projects becomes an important part of your daily routine with this retrograde. Sorry, something, I think I like scratched myself on a piece of hair. I think I just gave myself a paper cut on my elbow. All right, y'all. Very quickly, let's get into this numerology here. The retrograde is starting in 2 degrees on a 4-day, so we're dealing with the energies of harmony, balance, and peace, and also solid, stable foundations, okay? Basically, things coming together for us and us laying foundation in the things that we have brought together for ourselves, all right? It's ending in 22 degrees on a 6-day, so there's the energy of progression there, all right? 4 to 6, and when I speak to numerology, there's 5 in the middle there, but 4 and 6 are, for some, they go hand in hand for me. 4 is the initiation of the foundation, and 6 is building upon said foundation when I speak to these numerical energies. So with this retrograde ending in 22 degrees, we also have master number energy there, so the energy is heightened. It's a highly spiritual vibration, and as you guys know, 22 is the master builder. So this retrograde is all about figuring out how to build upon the pillars of our success, of our personal success, okay? And that's all I got for you guys. Again, briefly, this is a social planet, so it's slow moving. It's not moving too fast, it's not moving too far, okay? And seeing the things that you work on physically manifest, you'll probably start seeing that once the planet stations direct. There's a piece of glitter on my phone, and it is positioned in the weirdest place on my face on the screen. Anyways, if you want to know like how this retrograde is actually going to affect you personally, you just need to take a look at your chart with the current transits, and you can play with the dates over the course of the retrograde. Like I said, the planet's not moving a lot or very far. So look at where Jupiter is passing over your natal chart. Like, for example, Jupiter is passing over my 1st and 2nd houses. So in regards to growth and expansion and introspection and philosophy, I'm looking at making changes in regards to my identity, how I present myself, how I put myself out there, also with regards to my finances and my physical appearance, and because we're dealing with finances, also with regards to career. So look at where the planet is moving over your chart, and you can get an idea of what's going to be shifting for you by way of this Jupiter energy, all right? For people who have charts ruled by Jupiter, or who have a lot of Pisces or Aquarius in their chart, or Pisces and Aquarius aspects, and also strong Jupiter aspects, and people with placements in 2 and 22 degrees, 6 or 7 degrees either side of that. I like the closer to the degree, though, the more intense the effect, or the more profound the effect, okay? And then also people with a lot of mutable or fixed energies in their charts. You can definitely expect Jupiter retrograde to come in and bring in major change for you at this point in your life, okay? And that's all I got for you guys. I didn't put up a lot of videos, so I don't have a lot of links for y'all to watch. Check out the retrograde series, because like I said, we got like 4 planets in retrograde. You can still book a retrograde reading. It's just not on sale right now, but still book one if you want to know. Jupiter, I like doing retrograde readings for Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn specifically, and Neptune with regards to spirituality. So I like doing a Jupiter retrograde reading, so y'all can book them, because I like doing them. They're not like love readings for me. I like doing these retrograde readings. And that's all I really got for you guys. Check out whatever I have linked down below in the description box. Make sure that you are subscribed if you want to keep up with when I put out new content, or you want to know about the current transits. You can also subscribe to me on other socials, SunshinehazeCo, all one word. And if you are interested in purchasing any divination tools, or a numerology report, or a personalized natal chart report, you can do so through my Etsy shop, which is also linked down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.